But first, our top story. A defeat has brought out into open the dissent within what was considered to be once the first family of Bihar, the Lalu Prasad Yadav family. Now, after his daughter, Lalu Prasad Yadav's daughter, Rohini Acharya, had gone public and severed her ties with the families and the party, she has now alleged that she was subjected to humiliation, including abusive language and an attempt to assault her with a chappal. Acharya has said that she was forced to leave her maternal home, leaving behind her crying parents and sisters. She said that she was torn away from her family and described herself as being left orphaned by this entire incident. We have two of my colleagues, Brij Mohan as well as Aman Sharma, now joining us. Brij Mohan, you know, it was blow hot, blow cold. कभी-कभी हमें लगता था कि रोहिणी आचार्य का मतभेद है तेजस्वी, but during the elections, it didn't come out so much in the open. Is this the defeat or is this something which was waiting to happen? यानी कि ये होना ही था क्या?
It was bound to happen, Pallavi, because Sanjay Yadav had taken the role, larger role than he was expected to be. First time it happened when he rode the Rath that was going on in Bihar, and Rohini Acharya had objected that this was the place meant to be for Tejaswi Yadav. That was the triggering point, in fact, when Sanjay Yadav wrote for the place meant for Tejaswi Yadav. And then onwards, nothing stopped. And rift came out in open, wide open, after the result came out when RJD scored only 25 seats. And yesterday night, we saw Rohini Acharya walking to the airport, and she went to Delhi. And after that, she may depart to Singapore, where her family and husband, they live right now.
Okay, Aman, the problem is with everyone seems to be talking about is Sanjay Yadav. Is this a typical case where an advisor has managed to alienate the entire family? And in this case, you know, what was behind closed doors, or there was occasional public murmurs coming out that Sanjay Yadav factor as far as the RJD, or more specifically Tejaswi Yadav's politics, is that something which is now going to be the centerpiece as far as the RJD post-defeat is concerned?
See, Pallavi, there is no doubt that Sanjay Yadav happens to be the closest aide of Tejaswi Yadav. You know, he rose to limelight in 2015 in the Bihar elections. He's said to have pointed out to Lalu Prasad that, you know, this reservation comment made by Mohan Bhagwat at that stage, and Lalu picked it up. And since then, he's been a big favorite of the Lalu family, and especially Tejaswi Yadav. The RJD even made him a Rajya Sabha MP. He's a Rajya Sabha MP presently. He comes from Haryana. He's close to both Akhilesh as well as Tejaswi Yadav. But that, I think, has triggered a lot of resentment inside the family, especially by the sister Rohini Acharya. Even a couple of months back, as Brij Mohan was just telling us, she had objected to Sanjay Yadav sitting on the same spot as Tejaswi Yadav in the front of the bus when that whole RJD Yatra was on. At that time also, there was some simmers that, you know, nothing is going right in the family. But right now, after the election defeat has happened, these particular comments by Rohini Acharya, especially the ones, Pallavi, which have come today, she's saying that she has alleged she was humiliated, she has faced abuse, and she has been slipper was raised at her. You know, these kind of things happening inside Mr. Lalu Prasad's home in Patna. She's also said that she had to leave her maternal home, leaving her parents and sisters in tears. So this is she saying that Lalu Prasad and Rabdi Devi were crying when she was told to get out of her maternal house last evening. When she raised questions, he said she has refused to compromise with the self-respect, and is now saying that, you know, this huge defeat has happened. RJD reduced to 25 seats. So the people who were leading this campaign, who were strategizing this campaign, she's naming now Sanjay Yadav, should also take the blame for the same, because Rohini Acharya, I think, very clearly believes that Sanjay Yadav is responsible for all what has gone wrong in this particular election campaign. So I think the infighting inside the Lalu family is now out in the open. We saw earlier Tej Pratap being thrown out of the family, and he had called Sanjay Yadav as the Jai Chand. And now you see Rohini Acharya. So now both the elder brother of Tejaswi as well as his sister Rohini Acharya are making very, very strong remarks against Sanjay Yadav. And Sanjay Yadav is not alone, Pallavi. There's another person called Ramiz Nimat, whose name has also been taken by Rohini Acharya. Both these people are very, very close aides of Tejaswi, the strategists, many would say, of the RJD. And now they're under fire because of this big loss which has happened in Bihar.
And Ramiz also happens to be one of the advisors. He was the go-to person, and he was the one who carried on all the campaign strategy as well as fixing of appointments. Brij Mohan, the fact is that Misa Bharti, she is silent till now. She's not saying out much. Do you, and Tej Pratap, of course, is the son who also broke away. You think this is now going to be target of not just Sanjay Yadav, but is there possibility of a demand that the RJD's command shifts away from Tejaswi Yadav at some point of time because he's not been able to deliver?
One thing we must remember, Pallavi, that Sanjay Yadav was a key person who decided ticket distribution. And there was quarrel among all the stakeholders, including Misa Yadav, Rohini Acharya. And when Tej Pratap used to be part of the family, they used to decide ticket distribution. But after Tej Pratap's eviction from the family, it all came out to be Sanjay Yadav, who was the key aide of Tejaswi Yadav. He decided everything in the family. He decided who will meet Tejaswi Yadav. He decided what to do in the family. So Sanjay Yadav took over the family. He took over the party. That was the kind of resentment within the party and within the family also. If we talk about the party, RJD, all the senior leaders, all the MLAs, they are against someone who is not from Bihar. He's from Haryana. So there is kind of resentment within the party, but they are not coming out open as of now. But on 17th, there is meeting at One Polo Road at Tejaswi's house. All the MLAs will meet and they will decide the next course of action. But what kind of action will be taken against Sanjay Yadav, that is yet to be seen.
And you know, Aman, it is strange that in a family-held kind of a party like the RJD, it is expected that the family calls the shots. But here is an outsider from Haryana, a strategist, who actually called the shots. And is that the real reason behind it? I mean, you know, if Tejaswi had balanced it out, and then the diminishing role of Lalu Prasad Yadav and the emergence of Tejaswi Yadav, but Tejaswi plus Sanjay Yadav.
Pallavi, certainly, you know, Rohini Acharya, if you look at it, you know, a couple of years back, she donated her kidney to Lalu Prasad. That is how close she has been to her father, you know, going under this risky medical procedure and donating her kidney, giving virtually a new life to Lalu Prasad. But you see in this election campaign, there have been a lot of murmurs, and when I was Patna, I was hearing this, that is, maybe it is Sanjay Yadav who decided that, you know, Lalu Prasad should not be on the posters of RJD. So you go to Patna, you go to the RJD office, you don't find Lalu Prasad on any poster. It's only Tejaswi Yadav's face, and this was the strategy, it is said, of Sanjay Yadav. And this is something to which also Rohini Acharya or be it Tej Pratap were not very comfortable with earlier, because they saw that the father's, you know, legacy was being pushed in the background in the name of, you know, that people should not be remembered of the Jungle Raj under the Lalu Prasad regime. But Pallavi, you also traveled to the ground, and when I also went, amongst the core RJD workers, still Lalu Prasad is extremely popular. You know, people were asking, where is Lalu Prasad? Why is he not campaigning? Why is he not on the posters? So this, I think, will be the next flashpoint now in the RJD, that who took the decision to only project Tejaswi Yadav on the posters and push Lalu Prasad out, who perhaps, I would say, is the biggest vote catcher still for the RJD. Yes, he may not be very well, but why did you omit him from all the posters? Who decided this entire strategy? So this is why I think when you seeing Tejaswi Yadav's any press conference, Pallavi, Sanjay Yadav is always sitting right next to him or right behind him. He's in every frame. Yeah, this T-shirt, this RJD logo T-shirt, I remember, was also something that Sanjay Yadav brought about, that whole idea. So who takes the blame? Now for this huge debacle for the RJD, I think that is what is splitting the family right down the middle.
And unfortunately, the strategists never face that blame. I mean, you know, it's always passed on to whoever is the leader of the party. But before I come back to you and to Brij Mohan, there's a reaction coming in from the RJD. Let's listen in.